Her Crime Junkie podcast reaches millions of listeners, and Ashley Flowers' first book has been on the New York Times bestseller list for 2 months. So tonight we're going behind the scenes with this Indianapolis podcaster and author who has become a media sensation.
Hi, Crime Junkies. I'm your host, Ashley Flowers.
Ashley Flowers has come a long way since podcasting from her home. So Ashley, the last time you and I talked,
Yes.
we were in your family room and you had your studio in your house.
Yes, I did.
And now look at what has happened to your company.
It's a little different. It's a little different.
Flowers is on the cover of Podcast Magazine, hailed as the queen of true crime.
Chuckles, you look so cute.
Her dog Chuck has a prominent position in the office. After all, the company is named after him. Flowers is always moving, creating content for a dozen shows, generating 50 million downloads every month.
This is the story of Nikki and Ariana Fitz.
Crime Junkie is still the jewel of her podcasting world. How many millions of people listen to Crime Junkie?
We have 10 million listeners every week.
10 million.
10 million.
Is that just a phenomenal number for you to even get your head around?
Yeah, it's too fantastical for me to imagine 10 million people on the other end, and nothing's changed for me, right? I am still recording by myself.
And investigators need your help getting the people with answers to talk.
Her weekly true crime podcast looks at unsolved cases suggested by millions of her loyal listeners.
And every episode, whether it's education, a call to action, a place to donate, there's something that our listeners can do. And I think so many true crime consumers want to help, they just don't know how, and we've allowed them to help.
A portion of her merchandise sales funds an important investigative effort.
So we created a nonprofit called Season of Justice that funds testing for cases. We've actually solved homicides with Season of Justice.
Flowers has found another creative outlet for her storytelling, her first novel, called All Good People Here.
The book has become a #1 New York Times bestseller. It's been on the bestseller list now for 9 weeks in a row. We're having conversations about possibly adapting it, TV, film. It's been a wild ride.
Flowers' family has also grown.
I had a baby.
Yeah, what has that been like, becoming a mom?
Wild, and I'm very grateful that it happened at a time when I had the support that I do. And the story I have for you today is about a young mother trying to get back on her feet to care for her daughters.
But despite her soaring popularity in the podcasting world, Ashley Flowers remains committed to one goal.
Everything that we've done here hasn't been to make the most money or be the most famous. It's what can we do to help the families? What can we do to solve the cases?
And today, Ashley Flowers' company, Audio Chuck, donated $1 million to Gennesaret Free Clinics here in Indianapolis. Her generosity is going to help provide health care to women without health insurance. $1 million. We'll post details for you on Ashley's podcast, her book, and her nonprofit work. Just be sure to go to WTHR.com or the 13 News app.